Good morning, everybody. This is Lynna, and you're watching Lynna's Life. I tried to do a video on Facebook, but it just didn't work out. So I'm going to do this pre-recorded one and talk about some of the things that I was going to mention. I don't know if I'll say the same things, but I I've been thinking a lot recently, given all the circumstances and everything that have taken place in the last month or so, right? And that's in regards to my ex and the feud that goes on. And it's like, it happened in 2018, it happened in 2019, and here we are, 2021. And it happened again. So I have only myself to blame for it, because I could have just left well enough alone, let them rant on and speak on, and just carry on with my merry life, because it is merry and it is a life, believe me. I am just so excited about my future. It really is filled with lots of blessings and lots of wonder, lots of joy, lots of love, lots of new things. But this video isn't about that. This video is about wanting to come to a close with Mark, with the person that is called Maritza these days. I want to acknowledge that I did love Mark. I did love Mark. I mean, I can't say I love Maritza because I didn't really know Maritza. I didn't fall in love with Maritza. I fell in love with a smooth-talking Cuban guy with a very nice voice and a very masculine presence. That's the person I fell in love with. That's the person I married. And that's the person I wanted to be with for the rest of my life. So, yeah, I did love Mark. And I don't know. I don't know what their situation is, how they feel about me. And I know that sharp jabs and comments have been exchanged, and I've, rehashed some of the past and everything, which he hates, hates that I do that. I look at control, they look at protection, I look at abuse, they see it as love. I mean, two different opinions, forever not to be the same. I made a video about that video that they did recently, and it was just very disappointing to see that after all this time they don't take any responsibility. Not any responsibility for saying, yeah, and Mark Angelo was just a protection for me, and it was just a game that I played, or, well, he didn't say that. He said, it was just, a false identity that I hid under, and I'm like, that's great, but people were affected. You went to the court and got married to not just me, but to Violet. I mean, I don't know how many times you're going to go before, the justice of the peace or a minister and pledge your life to somebody. I was hoping it would only be done once myself, but obviously my issues didn't allow me to fulfill those responsibilities. And for that, I am not going to feel guilty. I'm going to recognize that it caused pain. I'm going to recognize that people were hurt. But I'm also going to recognize that I did what I needed to do in order to survive. And I know people are going to say, Lynna, you didn't need to do that, whatever. And I'm going to say, you don't know me. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know my past. You don't know what's inside this brain, what's inside this heart, what's inside this soul. You don't know. And for all this talk about gender, right? All this talk about gender, how important it is for everybody to acknowledge biology, gender, and how men are from Mars and women are from Venus, and that there are black and white issues and things that don't change. Everybody wants a picket fence life with their family and their little family dog and the cat, pet goldfish, kids playing in the yard on the little toy play set. Stereotypes of a person who probably wanted that. I don't know. She says that when we detransitioned, it was the happiest time of Maritza's life. Although for me, it was the most miserable moment, because I knew I was revisiting the same pain that caused me so much trauma and so much pain back in 2013, that I had to do something about it, that I had to talk to a therapist, that I had to get help, that I needed to find a way out of this crazy, crazy depression that I was enduring. It was not easy. It was difficult. And in the face of all that difficulty, I chose to live. I didn't want to die. I didn't want to be a statistic. There are real lives that are being affected by the things that Maritza says. Young trans lives are in danger, right? Advice given, whether it be medical advice or psychological advice or whatever advice that Maritza wants to give or Mark gave in the past, may have helped some people, but for the amount of people that he helped, he's also hurt a lot of people, like in a flyaway. But this is not a video to ridicule or poke fun at or to otherwise shame my ex. Because we did share real love for each other and real feelings. And although I saw him only as a man, if he saw me as a man living, that's him, her, whatever. But I remember a man who held me in a pool for hours and would say that he would defend me if anyone came against me. A person who I always felt confident being with. A person who was fearless. A person who would take no crap from anybody. Person with the confidence of, a guy that a lot of women would love to be with, right? A guy who's sure of himself and knows his strengths and shows no weakness. A guy who doesn't cower down to any kind of threats or anything. He was a Rico Suave. He was a Latin heartthrob. He was, he was my husband. Let's turn the air on. It's getting warm in here. So I don't really want to rehash anymore. I think I've done enough cathartic introspection at this point. I'm not really looking to further enrage or upset, disgrace or disrespect my ex. And I want them to know that just as I did back in Apache Junction, I had always wished the best for this individual. I had prayed with them before they left. I've already said what I had done. I mean, I rolled out the red carpet and just wanted to accommodate them, to just leave as friends and to remain as friends. But it's not working out that way. So I would just ask you, Maritza, if you could just please, again, not mention me, not mention my children, not mention my family in any way, shape, or form. My mom, my sister, anybody that's related to me. And I would really appreciate that. I really, really would. It would be a really good thing for me to not hear that. And if you did love me at all, at any point, can you just honor that? And I will, I've already said that I'm going to stop making the rebuttal videos because I think they're a waste of my time. Because everything that I say is going to be countered with your opinion. And people are going to have to decide at the end of the day who's lying and who's telling the truth. And that's their decision to make. And depending on what side of the fence they are, if they believe me or they believe you. Or if they just form their own opinions and say that's a crazy couple. But I just want to be done. Can we be done now? Can we? Can we just wrap this thing up? I mean, you go ahead and do what you're doing, but there's going to be people that are going to come against you. You might call them the devil or, a demonic attack on your ministry and what you're doing. But I'm not the only one that's being hurt here. But I just want you and I to stop. Just stop. Let's leave this issue alone already. How many times are we going to kick this thing down the road and publicly embarrass ourselves? I mean, you're 56 going on 57. I'm 51 going on 52. We're not teenagers. This isn't a TikTok, dance off. This is a matter of two senior citizens. I'm already an AARP card holder, okay? We could get Denny's senior menu. Both of us could. Can we grow up? I'm willing to grow up if you are. I mean, with regards to your channel and what you're doing, I have no control. And people are going to flag your videos. If it's hate speech, they're going to flag it. They're going to say what they're going to say. You don't need to blame me for it. I'm not inciting violence towards you. And if anyone would ever have gotten the idea that I'm inciting violence towards my ex, you've got the wrong idea. Because I would never advocate violence towards any person, especially a person that I loved deeply and fell in love with and married not once but twice, because I wanted it to work. I wanted it to work. But knowing that my ex never saw me, you know, it's critical for a trans woman to be validated. It is. But it's critical for a woman to be validated. It's critical for a man to be validated. It's critical for, like, if you're walking down the street and you see a homeless person on a bench and you just acknowledge their existence and you just validate them, it's a good thing. It's a good thing to validate people. Validation goes a long way in helping someone. And a person like me, dealing with gender dysphoria, as I have, I don't demand validation, but, you know, if I'm married to you, you would think that you would want to validate your wife or your spouse or whatever you considered me. I don't know. I don't know anymore what you considered me. You would always call me baby girl, mi cielo, she, her. Open the door for me like a gentleman. I mean, Mark had that whole, you know, gentleman thing down. He would carry things when they were heavy. I don't know. I really don't. It's confusing to me. I don't know what I married. I don't know what I married. Did I marry a woman? If I did, why? The good news is that after this moment is done, and, you know, these last few weeks have been kind of trying for me and for Maritza as well. But when these moments are done, we'll both move on and face life head on, as we've always done. And we'll be fine. I'll be fine. Maritza will be fine. And we'll all just move away from this. This is so unnecessary. To talk about the past, to talk about people, I mean, to categorize people and make generalizations when you know very well all the intimate details that went into my life situation with my kids, with my ex. And for you to just trivialize it and turn it into like one size fits all AGP rager person that just, you know, couldn't control themselves sexually. It's really disingenuous. It's really sad that that's the direction that it's gone. But I get it. We're hurt. We react. We defend. Well, I'm no longer going to defend anything. I'm no longer going to come against you and try to make my point. I'm not going to do that because it's not the kind of person I want to be. I don't want to be defensive. And I want to thank you, really, because of you, I'm learning not to be defensive and not to be reactionary. You know, I've made my videos, the rebuttals, and those videos are there. And I spoke truthfully. I spoke honestly. I spoke with a clear conscience. And, You may think you did everything with a clear conscience, but so did I. But the problem is that someone is lying. I wonder who that is. I don't know. I do know that I didn't lie. So there's only one person left in this equation, and that would be you. And for you to deny that you lied just says a lot about you, that you're not willing to take responsibility for your actions. But I can't make you do anything that you don't want to do. I never have. And I really think that, this whole situation, there's lots to learn from it, lots to glean, lots to think about, lots to contemplate. There's lots to forget, lots to dump away, lots to get rid of. It's like memories that will be relegated to a distant past and not be on the forefront. Because life in the present is so much different than life in the past. Being loved by somebody who thinks you're the best thing ever, who thinks you're the most beautiful thing he's ever seen, who thinks that, you rock their world. That's where I'm at right now. So thank God for that other person. Because if not, I think I would be twisted up like a pretzel, saddened and hurt and depressed. And, might have gotten another puppy or something stupid, right? But instead, it hits me, it rolls off my back. And why is that? Well, the reason is because I get encouragement and love from somewhere else, another source, a truer source of love. And that love says, after all is said and done, they say whatever they want to say. Whatever negativity you hear, know that this man loves you and wants to be with you and wants to shower you with every good gift that I can give you. So, in the face of that, contrast it with what I've been through with Mark Maritza, I just don't see any similarities whatsoever. It's just, life is going to be great. Life is going to be awesome. Life is going to be good. So my life is full of love and acceptance. I'm being told that this person said to me, thank you. And I go, for what? He goes, thank you for putting a smile back on my face, for making me believe in love again, for stirring my heart with heart-filled, soul-filled desire, for making me feel like a child again. We're like in love like two teenagers. It's pretty bad. It's pretty sappy. And it's so healing to be in the crosshairs of a person who adores me. I'm just like, well, I don't want to say tickled pink, but I am tickled pink. It's a beautiful thing. So that's why I'm able to stand and not crumble in the face of everything. So I guess I've said everything I needed to say. But I do wish my ex all the best, the wonders of life, the blessings of God, and everything good. You know, Philippians says, think on the good things, think on the beautiful things, think on the things that are positive. Think on those things that are good. And we will. We'll continue to think on those things that are good, because when we put our mindset to things that are good, good things happen. And when we put our mindset on things that are bad, guess what? What, Lynna? Bad things happen. Yes, they do. So we orchestrate our own blessing or demise. Yeah. So I guess on that note, I'll leave you guys, and thank you guys for watching. I'm hoping not to do more videos in my car, but this has been my car video month, and who knows what next month will be, or this month will be. I might be on a beach somewhere. Never know. Never know where I might end up. It's like Carmen Sandiego. I don't know if you guys remember that. It's like a girl that would travel around the world, and they were trying to find her. They didn't know where she was. That's me. I want to be that person. Alright, you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for caring. Thank you for all your comments and your love and your support, and for being willing to listen and hear my life play out here. And I'll see you on another video. Bye.